I guess most people know what we're doing with White Island. You know, we've been meeting with DEC and DEP over the last 4 or 5 months, and we're trying to put together another meeting with DEC, I guess in about a week, maybe 2 weeks. DEC, I should take it back, Parks Department commissioned a report on the pollution emanating from the White Island. Pollution that really comes from 50 years ago when they sealed up the island, although they probably didn't seal it properly. So we have the report about White Island. It's being reviewed, and the next time we meet, I know, frankly, I'm not an expert on it. Mike Taylor has some people who are involved with the committee who are much more knowledgeable about it than I am. But when we meet, we'll go over all of the findings that they have, and we'll come to a conclusion. I should say one of the reasons why we're doing this is because Parks Department is going to be putting layers of sand on top of the island, and we're concerned about whether or not all of that sand will put pressure on the waste that's God knows how down it is, and whether or not there's stuff in there that will seep out as a result of all that pressure. So we're going to, we'll meet again, and we'll take it from there. When we have the meeting, of course, anybody who's interested in going, certainly we're happy to have there.
At one point, would you tell members of the audience tonight you're the new chairman of what?
I'm not even sure I should advertise it. I'm the chairman of the Solid Waste Commission. This is not a job that my mother would be proud of. Oh, yes. I was appointed by the speaker, and I told him I was going to throw myself into it.
That's what people tell you, full of, you know, it's appropriate.
There is an innumerable number of lines that we could use. Some of my staff said, should we create a file for solid waste? And I said, let's continue to use the bathroom. But I guess that gives me a little bit more clout in dealing with the DEC, although I got to tell you, the DEC has been very, very cooperative. A couple months ago, we asked them to check out the Danzer boat, the docks, and as I guess many of you know, they issued them an order to clean up the docks and start, I guess, dismantling that whole dock system. And failure to do so is going to result in heavy fines. So when we've asked them to do things, they've been very cooperative. And the DEC is keeping the Parks Department honest. So it's important that DEC is involved. That's one of the reasons why we're having trouble getting the meeting, is because DEC hasn't been available. But about another week or two. It's overdue. Yes?
Could you possibly ask the Parks Department to cut all grass and take care of our field?
Could I ask them?
Yeah.
I could ask them.
Well, because, you know, I know there's a problem with GB cares and they're not allowed to do it anymore.
No, I think that's changed, right?
Well, I don't know.
Almost.
Yeah, it's this close to being resolved.
The whole softball and soccer season, nothing was taken care of. Many children got hurt because the fields and stuff weren't taken care of.
Yeah, I think we're very, very close. The last time I spoke to Commissioner Spiegel about it was about a week ago, and he's waiting for what's his name? John Investment. I can't pronounce his name.
Alex.
He was Alex. He was coming back from vacation. Then when he came back from vacation,
Coming back from a car accident.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It was a car accident. So he was going to resolve it then. So it should be this week.
Very soon.
And what will that do? That will allow GB cares to do whatever,
Basically,
continue? Okay.
yes. We will revert to the status quo.
Because that was a shame.
Yes.
That really was very sad.
Yes.
Yes.
What about the bulkhead along the boatyards there? Riviera? No.
The bulkhead.
It's all paving in, it's coming through.
Where? I'm not sure.
The old boatyard next to Dan's.
Well, that was investigated by them. So who controls it? Is that still Jamal?
Well, no, hold on for a moment, because if you don't mind, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
And I hope you will stand by also. Tonight, under new business, I believe Gene Burdell, are you going to present the ETO?
I can tell you what I know, but...
Okay, because they have engaged, or have been engaged by Jamal on that property. We're saying more or less the ETO, the Environment Task Organization.
Yeah, there's a non-profit that's volunteered to clean the creeks. I'll let you know.
All right, I'm not familiar with it, that's,
All right.
that's a new development.
Let's hear that.
Okay.
I would like you to hear that. But, anybody else? Anything that they'll be covering that issue?
Oh, actually, there was one other thing. We're also going to ask him to look at Knapp Street. A couple weeks ago, Mike Taylor and I were at Knapp Street. DEC cops were there giving citations, and we then went over there. There are about 9 to 10 boats that are sunk in the waterway, and we're going to present pictures to DEC and ask them to look at those pictures. And I think legally, they're the responsibility of the property owner, and he is, once they get an order, he's going to have to clean those up. So we'll do that also when we see DEC.
Those are the sunken boats that are on his water lots.
Yeah.
But there are approximately 60 sunken boats at the end of the
Yeah. We saw about 9.
Well, those.
They're submerged. They're all submerged.
But
They
they've
run
been
to
there
the surface.
30
Well,
years.
whatever is there, he's responsible. He's got to
They've
get
been there
rid of it.
30 years, Alan, waiting for him.
30 years?
At least 30,
Oh,
Jack.
is there anything left of them? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever is there,
They used to be Blackfish Rex, we call it that.
if they're on his property, then he's responsible. And I never want to be on the wrong side of the DEC. They're very difficult to deal with. So as long as they're doing what we want, I don't care. As long as they don't do something to me.
Well, in the bay, they brought down 14 agents for one fluke fish, and the rest of the guy,
14 agents for one fish?
yeah, for one fish, yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to move on. Anything else?
No, that's it. I'll be here for a while if anybody has any questions.
All right. I'd like to introduce Terry Scavo.